Welcome back. In this video we're going to be working on this side part here. So we're going to start off with a cube just like before. I'm just going to move it into place. I'm just sliding it into position in the side view. I'm going to scale up so it roughly matches with the image planes. So scale in a bit. I'm going to rotate. This piece won't take too long. It's a simple piece. So let's just make sure everything lines up so far. Let's switch to X-ray mode just now. I'm just gonna add a couple of divisions going. I'm just gonna add a loop going all the way around. So I'm gonna select the two edges on the side and I'm just gonna scale in so it's slightly rounded off. I'm gonna do the same on the back, the rear side. Just gonna scale in again. There we go. So I'm just gonna scale in a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna insert a couple of loops so they match up with the reference image. You can see you got two indented areas here, so I'm just gonna try and create those. So I should add in another two more edge loops. I'm just pulling out the bottom edge just to round it off a little bit. I'm gonna do the same with the top. Just pull up. There we go. It's much better now. Switch back to X-ray. I'm just gonna add in another two more loops. I'm going to add in another two more loops going vertically. You can see we've got the beginnings of the indented area right now. So just like before, I'm just going to select these faces and I'm going to push in. So I'm just going to do that right now. Okay, I'll add in a couple more because let's notice there's one at the bottom as well. Actually, we'll get back to that. We'll just start with the indentions first. Excuse me. Oops, seems I have an edge loop selected. So I'm going to select the face, and these two faces, I'm going to extrude. I'm going to extrude and scale in a bit. Extrude one more time, and this last time. That's 3 extrusions in total. So there we go. You can see starting to take shape already. I'm just going to pull these bits down a little bit. They're looking they were matching up quite nicely, quite as much as I would have liked with the reference images. So just tweak those a little bit. Just gonna add in another edge loop going around the side. I'm gonna scale these up now. That's much better. We're getting a much rounder look to it now. Just noticed there's a bit on the bottom that I need to fix here. I'm just going to quickly tweak these bits here. Because when I added this second loop, I didn't tweak the sides. I just tweaked the top area. So I'm just tweaking the sides now, real quick. You always have to remember, every time you add a new edge loop, you have to go in and tweak those bits. So I'm selecting all these bits here. I'm just gonna translate to Mech. I'm sorry, Z. Just looking at it from more angles, making sure everything's lining up nice. Make sure there's no spray of vertices. I'm just checking it in relation to the reference images. It's going to scale up a little, scale it up a little bit. I'm going to start work on this bottom indented area. So just like before, I'm adding some. I added 2 edge loops vertically. I'm just straightening up these bits at the bottom. Using the scale tool. Scaling in the bits again. I just want to get it. I just want the edges to be nice and crisp. So we need one more edge going horizontally across here. You can see that it tapers in a little bit, but towards the top. So I'm just going to have to scale in to simulate that. Just widen out the bottom area. There we go. It's lining up nice now. So I'm going to do what we just did before. We're just going to select the face and extrude. Just make sure. Whoops! I seem to have some vertices selected. Excuse me. Select the face in and it's going to extrude in. So extrude in and scale in. And then that's it, just push it in. It's one extrusion. I'm trying to tweak these edges a little bit. Let's see how freeze transformation and delete history first. Not looking bad. I'm going to center the pivot now. I'm going to grid snap it. I'm just going to check it in relation with all the other components now. I'm going to have this duplicated it and scale it in X by -1. You can see just flipped it over to the other side now. So everything seems to be looking nice. I'm just translating this a little bit because I felt that it was out a little too forward. That's much better. I'm just turning X-ray back on. Just going to see. I'm just checking its relation to the reference images. You can see it's matching up really nicely now. We're at the halfway mark. Obviously, it's not going to match up on both sides because our model is symmetrical, whereas the image itself isn't. So don't worry if one side doesn't match. So what I've noticed here is accidentally forgot to show you guys how to model the back piece of the the foot protector. So I'm going to do that right now, real quick. Because if you look at the image, is the actual protective piece here wraps around the back too. So it's going to show you how to model it. So what I'm going to do here is yeah, just duplicate it over, and what I'm going to do is just flip it. There's no point. I'm going to delete this circular piece because we don't need it. We don't need it. So rather than start off with from scratch and creating it again, I'm just going to use the same piece. That's the thing about stuff like this. You can use the same piece over and over again, so you can see how we match it. So how we matches up exactly. So this is exactly what we want. Obviously, we're gonna have to tweak some widths here and there, but for the most part, everything's lining up okay. I mean, it makes sense for the robot to have protective piece on the back area as well. So I imagine it's protecting all the main joints. So what I've done there is just rotated it a bit. I'm going to select these bits, and I'm going to the bit snap them to the corresponding vertices. Whoops. This is why you want to be careful working from flat orthographic projections. Each these bits snap to the wrong area. I usually do my bit snapping in perspective mode. That way you can make sure you're getting the right ones. So I might have to add in another edge loop. I think. Yep. There we go. Everything's matching up nice now. So snap this new bit. You'll find that throughout this entire tutorial that I'll only work on one half, delete one half, and just work on the good side, like you just see it. So yeah, I don't just do it for mech type characters. I do it almost all the time in most of my modeling. I'm just tweaking these words here to match up with the reference image. Just gonna go back in perspective move on to it. Excuse me. Yeah, everything seems to be looking good. There's a couple of words that are excuse me. There's a couple of words that are out of place, but it's no big deal. It shouldn't take too long to fix these. I'm just tweaking the words. I'm just scaling in, just trying to get all the words line up so they're nice and straight. I'm just checking it from all angles. That's just a habit I got into from early on, just making sure everything's looking fine. I'm going to tweak these bits at the back a little bit. Excuse me. You can see it's not quite matching up to reference images, so I'm just going to have to tweak these bits till it's much better now. And don't get hung up of trying trying to get it to match up exactly, because you're not going to be able to. Like I said before, as long as your model is around 80 to 90% accurate, it should suffice. I'm going to select these edges and I'm just going to tweak them a bit. It's lost a little bit of its thickness, and I'm going to have to adjust those. You're going to notice that we start moving very quickly. Excuse me. Now that we have the major components of the mech done. The leg pieces on this mech seem to be the most intricate pieces. Everything else are just simple shapes. You can see here, it's going to have to tweak these a little bit, so I'm just going to quickly combine them, and I'm going to merge the bits, and then I'll tweak everything. Make sure there's no open edges. You can see we've got an open edge here. That's okay, that's because we haven't merged these pieces together yet, so we'll just merge them. I'm going to select all the bits. There we go. Everything's nice and sealed. So I'm just going to tweak these bits individually until I get something that looks nice. I'm just going to select all these bits and I'm just going to pull them down and forward a bit. It's looking much crisp now. It's this bottom area that needs fixing now. So it's just tweaking the bits individually now. Even though you can't see these inner bits, I'm still going to tweak them. I'm going to select these, make sure I don't have anything else selected. I'm going to push up now, sorry, pull up. There we go, it's much better. And see how easy it was for us to create this rear protective area. So I'm just going to do it now, modify, freeze transformations, and delete by type history. Just made a quick save. I'm going to check it with, see its relation with all the other pieces. And as you can see, it's covering the joints area pretty nicely. So I'll see you in the next video.